Hey, this is Indigenous Patriot. Thank you for joining me. We're going to make this a brief video. I'm going to discuss some things in relation to the election. I'll talk about a couple issues that are occurring in our country, and I will focus on a movie that I suggest you guys watch, being that this is Indigenous Heritage Month, so please stay tuned. Taxation without representation was a slogan that was used during the revolutionary times, and a lot of imagery of people dumping barrels of tea into the Boston Harbor comes to mind whenever I think about this, but it's not something that's a part of our history. It's something that is a part of our present as well. DC, with its sizable population, only has one delegate in the House of Representatives. It actually has no voting members, and it has no voting members in the Senate. The same thing holds true with Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico has almost 4 million voters. Rather, almost 4 million possible voters. And this year is the 6th time they've voted yes on a referendum towards statehood. Congressional Republicans, though, chalk this up as a way for the Democrats to expand their base. So, on the one hand, these constitutionalists that harken back to our founding fathers and the freedoms that they were fighting for want to state that 3,700,000 plus people should be able to pay taxes but not have a representation in our government. It's my personal opinion that that's an antiquated way of thinking, and if Congress wants to get a good voting bloc behind them, pushing towards statehood for Puerto Rico is probably a good way to do it. Pushing towards statehood for Washington, D.C. is probably a good way to do it. Imagine living in Wyoming or Montana and you're paying taxes into the federal government, but you can't send a representative out to fight for the things that your people needs to survive. Because remember, the president is the overarching figurehead for our country, but our direct methods of interacting with our government comes from our state representatives, whether that's our Senate or our House of Representatives. They're the people that come home to their constituencies where their families live and have to deal with us as a community. They're the ones that are actually concerned with how we do. Well, for the most part, they're concerned with how we do. Some people are more concerned with how the lobbies do, but I digress. So, here in 2020, I ask, where's statehood for Puerto Rico? Where's statehood for Washington, D.C.? Isn't it time we actually took a hard look at that and pushed for it if these people actually want it? Leave your comment down below on how you feel about this topic. It's something that I look at the Puerto Rican people as indigenous. I mean, the Taínos are some of the first people that Christopher Columbus interacted with in his ill-fated journey. I call it ill-fated. I'm Indigenous Patriot. In any case, let's move on. We're going to watch a trailer for a movie that I thoroughly enjoyed in my late teens. It has a lot of adult themes, and obviously it's dated, so if you're looking for something that's a current Hollywood blockbuster, this isn't the movie. But if you're looking for something that has some humor mixed in with drama and gives an insight into some of the situations that Indigenous people have had to deal with in regards to culture and identity and struggles, then this is an interesting movie for you. I recommend it. It's very good. It's based off of a book. They did a series in Canada also dealing with the same actors as well as situations. So, and a lot of our Indigenous media actually comes out of Canada because they have a more robust group of actors, and I suppose they are more willing to put their money into Indigenous media than here in the United States. So you'll see a lot of things that actually come from our neighbors. I don't know why I point up when I'm talking about Canada, like, you know, hey, what's going up? How you guys doing? I don't know why we do that when we're talking about people that are north of us geographically. But anyway, thank you, Canada, for providing us the opportunity to watch these things. I am the Wolverine. Anyway, let's watch the video.
I don't know what they want. I don't know what the hell they want. You ever notice? It's like there's some conspiracy with women. This is Franklin Fence Post. How? You look at them. You want it?
I want it.
They look at each other.
Let's go.
You know they're thinking something.
And what would you know about thinking?
Oh! Oh! Yeah! Me and Silas are gonna be studying to be licensed mechanics.
Come dance with me. Let's go dance.
This one's about rock and roll and comic books and bubble gum.
Dance me outside.
Wagon burner. You got a blade? Let's get the bastard. Hey, you! This is the part where you get your secret private Indian name. I am a Wolverine! Do you think women are thinking something? More than you know, Frank. Party.
The main actor in the movie, I don't want to say he's the main actor. One of the main actors in the movie is Adam Beech, and he's in a lot of films like Wind Talkers with Nicolas Cage. He's in the Lee Pornin-Chi mystery series that shows up on PBS. He's actually in the Suicide Squad briefly. He's in a lot of Indigenous films and movies. He's actually in Smoke Signals, which is a movie that I've discussed in the past. So, yeah, we'll probably see him a lot in the recommended media that I give throughout this month of November, which is Indigenous Heritage Month. So, hope you enjoy that film if you watch it. You can find it pretty easy if you look it up. So, you know, let me know what you think down in the comments below. As I wrap things up, I want to give a couple shout outs. The first one is to Mike Pence's Fly. You might have seen him bugging me during the filming of this video. You were doing a good job. Thank you for not landing on my head. Big up. Thank you to my friend Paul for producing some of the information that I've given out in this video. You can follow him at peopleschamp301 on Twitter. And also I'd like to shout out Oja's Talk with Vonda and Lydia. We did a 4-person chat yesterday. I'll leave a link to that in the description below, so watch it. We talked about, you know, the current election and our views on why we have such a division. So it's a pretty interesting talk. It's gotten some good feedback. Take a look at it. If there's anything you want to discuss, please leave comments down below. I'm not really interested in incendiary comments that are designed to provoke a negative response. I'm interested in conversations that can push us forward as a culture and as a United States. Lepichkanawe, I will see you again.